Greetings, summoners! Back in the end of September, we announced the Nine-Tails Fox, much to the excitement of our community. Well, the time has finally come, and after much anticipation, we wanted to reveal the gameplay style for Ahri, the Nine-Tailed Fox. Ahri's gameplay style revolves around mobility and managing position to aim her spells. When played properly, Ahri darts around teamfights, picking off wounded stragglers and harrying soft and... Wait. Is harrying a word?
Yes, I believe. Let's see. Let's look up the definition.
Yeah.
Harrying.
Okay.
Let's see. Persistently harass, persistently carry out attacks?
Persistently harass and persistently carry out attacks. Okay, so she might have low cooldowns.
Yep.
Alright, let's analyze those first two paragraphs. First off, the first paragraph, no information whatsoever. Besides, we're gonna reveal the gameplay style.
And that took forever for her to be revealed.
Yes, it was quite a while. And the second paragraph mentions that her style revolves around mobility and managing position to aim her spells. So that suggests to me that she has an ability that moves her around.
Yep.
In addition, she must have some skill shots if she has to aim her spells. In addition, it says spells, so probably an AP champ.
Yep.
And when played properly, Ahri darts around team fights, picking off wounded stragglers and harrying soft enemies. So she's going to have quite a bit of burst, from the looks of things so far. She's going to not be too hefty, so you'll have to get glad.
Okay.
And, yeah, she's going to be taking off the squishies. Like we needed another one of them.
Oh boy.
This is largely accomplished through her ultimate, which allows her to dash multiple times before going on cooldown. Ahri can either use all three quickly to chase, burst, or escape, or she can spread out their uses to keep enemies guessing and juke around the battlefield. Combining this with her high magic damage and her seduction ability to lock down enemies down, I said down twice, she can strike from unexpected angles or bait enemies into overcommitting to disadvantageous situations. So that was a big paragraph full of stuff. Yes. First off, sure, it says her ultimate is the one that lets her dash multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking because it's an ultimate, either she dashes really long distances and through walls, or she dashes shorter distances and can't go through walls, but upon hitting anything in the line, she might actually hurt something.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's more like the second, because that sounds kind of crazy. She could go through walls or long distances with it.
Well, she is a kitsune.
True.
Remember that. Deception is always key. And before it goes on going on cooldown, and that suggests to me either if it's the first one, it's going to be a low cooldown. If it's the second one, it's going to be a higher cooldown.
Yeah.
And Ahri can either use all three quickly to chase, burst, or escape. So the question is, will she be able to use one and then wait till like 5 minutes down the road to use another, and then use another? Is it gonna be like Ultimate Flash? Because that'd be ridiculous. Because then you'd have 4 flashes.
Oh man.
Which
You'd
would
never
hurt.
catch her.
You would never catch her. But she must be really low on HP or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. And yeah, she can use that, or spreading them out to keep the guessing juke around the battlefield, blah blah blah. Combining this with her high magic damage, I told you, magic damage, and her seduction ability to lock enemies down. Now, her seduction ability, that sounds to me like one of her QW or E's instead of being a passive. Yeah, it's probably some kind of passive, or, you know, maybe her seduction ability, like, lowers their attack or something.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But, I'm trying to think, like, because seduction means, you know, seducing someone. Maybe it'll, like, lower their defense, or lower their attack, or lower their magic resistance, like an aura of some kind, or maybe it's an ability that when it hits someone, it'll CC them, or maybe they finally came out with a passive that's going to be annoying as heck that says every, like, 10th attack that lands on her, her enemies are feared or something.
Oh, that would be crazy.
That would hurt. And she can strike from unexpected angles or bait enemies into overcommitting or disadvantageous situations. So that also suggests to me that maybe her ultimate does go through walls because unexpected angles.
Yeah.
Or maybe the fact is her ultimate has such a long dash it dashes straight through tower.
Wow.
That could be. That could be. That could be.
That would be
Making,
interesting. But
it
hard to
would
deal
be.
with.
Finally someone who can actually dive like a boss, other than tanks. Ahri's major gameplay decisions are based on her assessment of risk/reward. Her burst is high, but must be in short range to maximize it. This creates a dynamic that requires her to endanger herself to reach full potential. Play it safe and have more light damage, or commit and go for the kill. Use your dash for damage or save it for escape. The choices are constant with these opposed strengths and weaknesses. Now this says to me that it's basically AP Graves, right?
Yeah.
That her ability to harass in middle lane will be kind of weak if you stay at a longer distance, like most middles do.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go in for the kill. Now the question is, how is this scaling between the distances? Is the close-in range going to be such a difference that you're going to want to endanger yourself right in the beginning? Or is she going to be a more mid-game, late-game champ where this dashing in is really only going to be effective when you're in team fights? So that is very iffy. But if it is enough burst, close range, she could have a good middle position if she is able to, like, harass and let her minions do a little bit of damage, even though they kind of got nerfed.
Really got nerfed.
Yeah, well, think about it. If you have Surge on right away,
Yeah.
right, and you have, like, Flash as your backup, even though Flash sucks now. Because she now has 4 flashes. But, yeah, if you have, like, Flash and everything, and you, like, harass them down a little bit until they think they're okay, but they're, you know, debating whether or not to use that stupid health potion they still have, then you can probably, like, sweep in past the minions, right? And just take them out with a ton of damage. That's if the burst is really high, but if it isn't in the beginning, then there's a real chance she'll probably just be in the side lanes and taking kills.
Yeah, people were suspecting
like
she'd be
Cassidy
like a Kali.
2.0. Yes, people have saying she'd be like a Kali, but the fact is, this one, the thing that makes a Kali annoying is she has a transportable bush.
Yeah.
Insert your puns here. The annoying thing about a Kali is the fact that she has a transportable bush. She has the ability to control a lane, whatever lane she wants, and she has the burst to do it. She is fairly weak in the fact of her HP, but overall, she is really great on controlling a lane, using that dome whenever she wants, and pretty much getting out of situations that she doesn't want to be in.
Yeah.
Now with the Nine-Tailed Fox, you have her ultimate that gets her out of situations, but what else is going to get her out of situations? All we have right now is this seduction that we have, that if it's CC, might get you out of situations. If it's AoE CC, then we might be talking Kali.
Yeah.
We might be talking, like, now we have the ability to get out of a situation with more than one champion. So, yeah, there's a big difference between them. We'll see what happens when the actual thing comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that paragraph. Long paragraph for a discussion. But now we go on to the last paragraph. Her kit is really designed to appeal towards opportunistic players who prefer characters with a lot of action, and especially players that like to lull enemies into overconfidence, only to capitalize and punish them. Ahri's dangerous, seductive nature is something we're happy to deliver for players who'd like to toy with their enemies before destroying them. And that says to me a little bit of a laning Blitzcrank. Because laning Blitzcrank early on wants them to get a little overconfident, wants them to get to the point where he can pull them into tower.
Yeah.
And, yeah, same with the Mumu. A Mumu, if he doesn't have, like, a partner that's good, he's going to eventually just let them push and push into tower, and then just go nuts on them with all of his CCs.
Yeah.
So, she seems a lot like the defensive treatment if you don't have, like, a partner in lane that isn't going to listen to you, or you don't have some kind of voice communication with them. And when you do have voice communication, she's probably going to be very deadly and just take kills. So she'd probably be best fit with a bunch of CC champs, the ones that are going to stop attacks. So Ensnare's not that big, but on a close range champ, you know, Ensnare might actually do a lot. But I'm talking more like fears and stuns. Imagine a fiddle with her. Oh god.
God.
So
Nightmare.
So she's very opportunistic. She sounds like she's going to be using the bush in the sides to advantage, so keep her out of the bushes. And she also sounds like she's going to take advantage of any life loss that you have ignored. So make sure you get something better than a health potion. Oh, guess there's nothing.
Damn nerves.
Damn nerves. Although she does have to worry about junglers. She has to worry about the fact that she's going to need a ton of map awareness. If she goes into a trap, she's not getting out of it.
Very true.
Not unless she uses her other two flashes. Not into a tower. So, there you go. That's Ahri, the nine-tailed fox. Hopefully we'll see some good play from her. I've been really anticipating this one, and later.